Hey, remember back in '93 when Ryan thought Shockmaster was going to be a future world champion?
The modern day wrestling god!
What?
And that's why, Jack, you're so smart.
Now back to Jack and Ryan on the MonsterCast.
Alright. Let's talk night one. There it is. Right there. So I gave everybody their own points. This is my own ranking. So that's where the subjective part of this comes in. Okay. So if you don't agree, it's probably because we don't have them in the same spots. All right. So based off of where they are, the first night, you can see, I think it was 23 different people were drafted night one on the SmackDown show. Give me a second. I'll try to find it here. Shouldn't be that far down on my notes.
I got Baron Corbin so low.
Let's see. Where the fuck is my
Hater ass.
draft? How about I didn't delete it? Did I delete it?
I don't know what you're talking about. You literally just sent it to me. So how the fuck did you delete
No, I'm talking about the actual breakdown. Oh no, it's a file on the laptop. That's what it is. Never mind. I thought I had my notes app, but it's not. But anyway, so I think it was 23. So like basically, if you are ranked 23rd and you get picked, you get 1 point. If you're ranked number 1 and you got picked, you get 23 points. I think that was night 1 was 23. Yes, as you can see, the Bloodline got 23 points. So they were ranked my number 1 out of everybody that was on the list. Now that's even with Roman withdrawing himself, because you got, and this was before they even got Tongaloa, which we'll talk about obviously in the Backlash France thing. But they had, I think it was only listed as Paul Heyman Solo and Tama, right? So, but I'd be lying if I didn't say that I knew that there's going to be more people added because of the, not the Tongaloa, but we all knew about the rumors of Jacob Fatu being brought up. So that also went into the decision as well. But I mean, you got Paul Heyman, so that was a big deal for me. As you can see, number 22, which would have been my second overall pick, was Seth Rollins. 21 was Bianca. 20 was LA Knight. Now, these are all based off of different factors, okay? So some of it is like, this is where the subjective part obviously comes in. Because in the NFL, when you do mock drafts, it's all based off of basically your potential. You can't do that in WWE because a lot of these dudes already have 12-year fucking careers, right? So you have to balance the ceiling that you're getting where you're drafting them, what they've already accomplished, where they're already at on the card currently in storylines. That's why I really don't like the WWE draft. I wish they were just drafting NXT people. I just wish it would be like 5 rounds of NXT and that's it. It's not that, it shouldn't be this complicated where we're doing Raw and SmackDown every year. You could just do trades throughout the year if you wanted to do that, like, because they're already on established quote unquote teams.
Well, the thing that makes me just not give a shit about the draft every year is that they send so many people over to the other one for different programs anyway.
Yeah,
So
I
who
mean,
cares?
yeah, I know, I agree. It's always how long is this going to last before it doesn't. It's not a
usually
draft
about a
anymore.
month and a
Yeah,
half.
that's part of it. Which is
Month and a
why
half.
I'm kind of glad. I'm against what everybody else was saying. It's like, oh, nothing happened night 1. Pretty much everybody stayed on the same show. Good, because like they're gonna be just showing up where the fuck they want to in a couple months anyway, right? So Survivor Series comes around, SummerSlam comes around, Royal Rumble comes around. I mean, it's really, the draft doesn't separate them for very long anyway. If enough injuries happen, they're gonna come over. So I mean, I'm just glad they don't do their own Raw and SmackDown specific pay-per-views anymore, because god damn, that was brutal back in the
Why
day.
got Ivar so low?
You know why?
Was the biker
Garbage. It's garbage. That's why.
The biker thing?
I don't even know if that's what that's supposed to be, but even if that was, that happened after the draft too, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
What
why
do you
I
mean,
was
why
asking.
do I have him so low? Who is lower than Ivar night 1 that you would put, that you're not getting value from in any kind of way?
Cedric and Ashanti?
It's a tag team. You're getting 2 for 1.
It doesn't matter.
No, it matters. 2 for 1 over Ivar, dude.
You could put Ivar in a match with fucking Chad Gable right now and it'd be a good match.
Yeah, disagree.
You're not gonna have a good tag
Disagree.
team match with Cedric and Ashanti.
I
Now,
disagree.
if I would almost rather pick Cedric as a singles by himself, then I would pick Cedric and Ashanti.
Okay, but you'd still get Cedric and then Ashanti. Now,
they're
if this
not-
was like
but
a
they're not
real
gonna book him.
let's put this in a real like sporting thing. Like this is like a real sports thing, right? So if I could get 2 for 1, and then I can turn around and flip Ashanti for somebody else, like if they actually did fucking trades throughout the year and bundle him with somebody else, then why wouldn't I drop the 2 people, keep the person I want, and then go?
That's fine, but nobody does that. So
I
it doesn't
understand that,
matter.
but that's I did this the way that an NFL mock draft with Mel Kiper or Todd McShay would do, which is why
I would just
I wanted
not
something
pick-
different. I wasn't trying to do the Sean Ross Sapp thing and we're doing mock fucking drafts
I would
and
trade-
all that shit, because then of course I'm picking fucking The Rock. I don't give a fuck what your pool is. I'm picking The Rock. Like what are we even doing here? So this
I
is
would
night
trade
1.
picks
The
for money.
night 1 pool was weak, by the way, just so you know. Overall, I
would
think
trade like 4 of my picks for money.
There you
That's
go.
what I would
See,
do.
they don't even trade picks. Why don't they trade picks? I've never seen them
Yeah.
trade picks either. Don't like that. Like okay, so this time it was SmackDown with the first pick because it started on SmackDown. Usually it starts on Raw and then SmackDown is night 2. This year they did it a little bit different, which I liked because the 2 shows were closer together and there wasn't as much time in between.
Yeah.
But if I'm sitting there as Raw, right, and I know they have the first pick, why am I not offering them like a 2 and a 4 to jump up to get to go first in the first round or something like that?
I don't know, where did
It's also why I don't like them picking 2. It's also why I don't like them really picking 2 picks per round either. Just what are we doing? Pick, make it all separate rounds, not separate where I have to come out separately, if that makes sense, and waste even more time. But when you go out there, you can do 2 rounds at a time, but call it round 1 and then round 2. Not, hey, these are our 2 picks in round 1. I don't like that.
Oh, is this the night that there was 20-something minutes of wrestling too?
Yes, it was. Good luck to all those people that bought tickets for that.
Yeah.
And shout out to Eric Bischoff for not understanding anything.
He's not a
How you get
bright
mad
guy.
about facts? How you get mad about somebody just posting facts, dude? That dude has never been like shitting on one company or the other. He's just literally posting which company or how much wrestling is on one company's show. He's not
Yeah.
doing it to take a dig at WWE or anything. He's just letting people know. Like, for instance, that's great information for me to have if I'm a fucking casual WWE fan and I'm thinking about buying a ticket. Hey, maybe if I fucking view wrestling over storytelling or backstage promos or Slim Jim commercials, maybe, just maybe I don't want to buy a ticket to that show because I'm not going to see any fucking wrestling.
Well,
I don't know what
subject to
Eric Bischoff
change,
was getting
so-
all heated about. That was weird.
Eh,
All right, so let's
that's
talk-
his whole fucking personality lately. So
Let's talk value here. I feel like one of the best value things was obviously Bloodline in round 6.
the great value thing.
23 fucking points to get Solo, Tama, and Paul Heyman.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not.
Then probably Jacob
The-
Fatu. You just got Loa too, even though he can't chop. And then
What you don't, bro? That fucking video cracks me
that
up
video
every
is so
time.
hilarious, dude.
With
it's
the
so good.
Kendrick Lamar, with the like that verse playing in the background. Oh my fucking god! It got
Dude,
copyright
the
claimed,
other
so I
thing
can't
about
find it
that is
anymore.
like no one can ever shit on the Dark Order thing, the random Dark Order guy that wasn't really punching Dustin Rhodes ever again with that shit. That's so bad. That's literally focused on the main. There's only 2 people in the ring, right?
Yeah.
There's no reason for you to be. I don't know what that was. It was almost like a WWE 2K glitch, is what it felt like.
It wasn't as bad as the fucking the 619. The 619 was worse than those chops.
I don't
Did
know.
you
The
see
chops was
619?
repeatedly though. It was repeatedly. They just kept going.
There's some
If it was
gimmick
just
with the
one
gloves.
chop, yeah, sure. Nah, I think the chops are worse.
There's some gimmick with the gloves that I never remember, but that's part of it. But the 619, he literally just looks like he's fucking, like he fell and like he's struggling to get up. It doesn't look like a move at all. It's so bad.
It's not
When
great.
people were like, "Oh my god, we got Tonga Loa," I'm just like, now I know y'all motherfuckers don't watch
Yes,
because
no, I know. I
there's
mean, I
no
feel the same way. Like,
way.
I don't hate the dude or anything. Like, I don't want it to seem like, I'm shitting on
Right.
Tongaloa or anything. But to
And-
get that excited about Tama Tonga and Tongaloa, like they're fucking the
Okada
Rockers
and
from
Jay White.
AWA or some shit. Like what are we
Yeah.
doing? Like you didn't
It's-
get anyone, dude.
I saw someone say that Tama Tonga was a better pick than Okada. And I was just like, there's no fucking way on earth that this person has any idea who these people are. There's no way. Nobody would say that.
You know
Tama
what?
Tonga
You know
wouldn't
what? You know
fucking
how
say
I know
that.
they wouldn't say that? Let me look at what WWE offered Okada and what they offered Ospreay money wise versus what they gave to Tonga,
Bro,
and you tell me who they thought was better.
you could ask Tama Tonga, and Tama Tonga wouldn't tell you that he was a better pickup than fucking Okada unless he was in character. Like, these people are delusional.
Well, anybody would be
It's so
delusional
weird.
if they said that anyway. Like 90% of the people out there.
Bro,
Like-
somebody said, oh well, when we don't know who people like Tonga Loa are, it's like it's a good opportunity for you to like show us clips of this wrestler from a different promotion that you like or whatever. So I sent him that fucking same video clip that I sent you. He just blocked me.
Camacho, dude, like
Oh,
we're talking about
fuck.
Camacho here. They got rid of
Yeah.
Camacho. Did you ever think Camacho was going to be an all-star for your for your promotion? No, they got rid of him. He got I can't say he didn't get any better, but like when one of your most recent clips in New Japan where you left forever because you had an in with your family over there is these weak ass chops on Okada of all people.
And the fucked up thing is too, I know you know that I really like God. But like,
Yeah, I love God. I wish they would go back to the face paint though. I don't know if it was messing with their skin or something, but remember when I mean they used to wear the face paint all the time and they used to look sick as fuck.
well, back when Tama had the long hair and everything too. But yeah, like I really like them as a tag team because it covered up a lot of Tama Tonga's weaknesses. To have them in a tag, or not Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa's rather. Tonga Loa's weaknesses to have them in a tag together, and just have him kind of work as like the heater. But people acting like this is like such a great fucking get. I'm like, bro, you just
Let me just throw this out
wait
there.
for him to work.
When
Just
we
wait for him to work.
when we reviewed the New Japan Wrestle Kingdom, and everybody was shitting all over the Carl Anderson and Tama Tonga match,
Tama match,
and we were
yeah.
like, "Hey, it wasn't that bad," but everyone else clearly said it was the worst match on the card.
Right.
And then now you're taking that guy that was at WrestleMania in their worst match, and now you're trying to propel this man to be better than Okada is asinine.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times I'm kind of like, okay, like maybe they really just do prefer it. Like maybe they really just do like WWE wrestlers and style and whatever. But I see shit like that. I'm just like, no, they're literally just making shit up. They have to be making shit
Oh,
up.
you're talking about like the fans of
Yeah.
WWE. Just yeah. Well, obviously, I mean it's what we always come back down to the buzzword tribalism. That's all. I mean, that's really all it comes down to. Like,
And like I said, I like God. I like Tama Tonga. I don't think Tonga Loa is a good wrestler, but I don't fucking hate him. I'm glad he got a job. That's cool. I'm glad he keeps getting to work with Tama Tonga. I'm glad somebody's paying him a fuckload of money, but he's not a good wrestler.
yeah, I'm never gonna. I don't know if, unless you do something a la Velveteen Dream. I'm never gonna
Yeah.
be like, hey, you need to fire this guy. I hate it
Right.
when people lose their jobs, right?
Yeah, I
So,
don't like that either.
so
When people are getting pissed, or when people are all fucking happy about QT Marshall getting let go or whatever, or leaving, I was like, what the fuck are y'all talking about, man? Like, he's actually really solid where he is on the card. I know he does a lot of shit backstage, like, not ridiculous. And everybody's just like, no, fuck him. He was part of the Codyverse and it was bad. And I'm like, y'all are so stupid sometimes.
anyway, the other part of that is like, I understand that you could have okay. So here's the thing: it's the double-edged sword that WWE fans always like back themselves into a corner with, right? You say some shit where, oh, that guy sucks. AEW will just hire anybody. Then they jump ship a la Brian Pillman Jr. And now they're God's gift to pro wrestling.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he's so good. We got one, guys. We got one. Like, what? Like, I love Brian Pillman Jr. Friend of the show. Friend of the show. We've interviewed him.
Friend of the show.
But let's be real here. And I believe, honestly, his best work actually was coming towards the end of his AEW run when he was with Arn Anderson and Arn Anderson's kid Brock, who also is no longer there. So
MLW stuff, but yeah, either
well, yeah, the MLW stuff was pretty good, but Yeah, that's crazy. Like, you cannot say like that's how you know people are just full of shit. And
Yeah.
it's like the same accounts, obviously. So I mean, most of them I've already blocked on X and stuff like that. But it's
I
whatever.
mute them, yeah.
Let's dive into this draft a little bit more though. So the OC got a B- and 9 points because they got Mia Yim and the Good Brothers.
Mm.
So that's why. If it was just the OC, they would have been lower, I'm sure, on my list. Andrade was based more off of because it's Andrade, not based off of past accomplishments or where they have him positioned on the card, which is I don't know where. Where's Waldo, basically? How the fuck do you bring Andrade over like it was a big deal? Everybody's getting all up in arms about, hey, this is so good. Yes, he's gonna be pushed so well now. No, he hasn't done shit since he's come
That's
over.
why he left. People don't remember.
It's crazy, dude. Like, I don't understand it either. Like, and don't get me started on like grind comment from fucking Triple H. Like, okay, Andrade, you go ahead and go travel all that extra fucking time while your wife is, by the way, out. So you're not with her. She's hurt,
Right.
doing recovery on her knee or whatever. And now you got to get fucking jobbed out or not used at all.
Hey, if we're basing this on what they've done lately, what is this little
Well, not
hint
all of
of
it's
a
based off of what they've done lately. But go ahead.
this hint of a fucking CM Punk mark I see coming back out of you?
It's
We've
not
got
a
him
hint
at
of a
20.
CM Punk. Oh, are you talking about night 2? Is that night 2?
Yeah.
I'm not on
Yeah.
night 2 yet. We're still on night 1.
Yeah. We'll talk
And
about
it's not a hint of a. It's not a hint. I got him pretty fucking low for a CM Punk fan, just so you know. Let's be real here. So my A's, really good grades. And by the way, so the total there is the total points added up. So whoever gets the more points won the draft. Raw got an extra pick over SmackDown, as they should. They have a 3-hour show over the 2-hour show, and they still lost. SmackDown destroyed them night 1, 155 to 121, as I view it, as value over their picks where they got them, etc. Like, you got Bianca, Carmelo, Randy Orton, Nia Jax, LA Knight, Bloodline, AJ Styles, Andrade, Baron Corbin, the OC, and Cedric and Ashanti, who you picked last, by the way. So you could say that you would pick Ivar over him, but it's not like they reached for Cedric and Ashanti. They picked him with their last pick after the show in one of those post picks or whatever. So that, I mean, listen to that list, bro. And by the way, what happened in round 4 on night 1? Liv Morgan and Nia Jax, 2 C+ picks when you have LA Knight and the Bloodline and AJ Styles and Sheamus and like
know.
what? And Shayna Baszler's out there and you picked Liv Morgan and Nia Jax over Shayna Baszler?
because it was the women's round. That's why they had
Shayna
to put
Baszler,
women
last time I
near the
checked,
top.
is a woman.
Yes, that's true, but she's not involved in any fucking stories right now. Liv Morgan is part of the
I
shit with
understand
Tom,
that. I said
and
all
then
this,
Nia is
even
involved.
with all that, even with all my parameters coming into play,
There's
I'd
nobody
still
else.
pick Shayna Baszler over Liv Morgan.
Why?
Way better wrestler, better character. I don't even know what the fuck Liv Morgan's character is supposed to be.
Trollop.
Her whole character was based off of getting the title away from Rhea Ripley because Rhea injured her, and then she didn't win it anyway. Becky won it. So what the hell was the point?
Now she's back.
This revenge tour that's not actually getting any revenge on anyone.
Trying to
Fantastic.
seduce our young Dominic.
Okay, but she literally fell into that role. Well, she made Rhea Ripley fall into that role. Like, what the hell are we doing? Now, I do love Raw's first 3 picks. The Jey Uso, I don't know if I would have went Jey Uso number 1, but Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker and Jey Uso for your top 3 picks that's like, I thought we were going to have a really good draft for a second, and then all of a sudden Raw's shit just fell apart big time. I'm like, what the hell are we doing?
Why do you have Sheamus lower than fucking... Okay, whatever, man. I mean, some of your shit on here is wild to me, but okay.
Why do I have Sheamus lower than who?
Ricochet.
Because Ricochet actually shows up to work, first of all. Sheamus been back for what?
Injured.
A cup of coffee?
And he had a really good match with Gunther.
And lost. Right. And hasn't won a match yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was fucking Ricochet winning the speed title what put him over the edge for you?
And he won it.
And then getting fucking
destroyed. He won the ugliest title in the game right now. He won it. But he won it.
And then getting immediately fucking destroyed.
By the way, all those happened after this draft, so you can't use that.
Yeah, whatever.
Just so you know, that happened after the draft.
Sorry, the speed title
happened after the draft.
Fucking is valiant victory against Johnny Gargano.
And also, if you notice Ricochet being on Raw automatically confirmed that they were going to get Samantha Irvin, so I took that into consideration as well. You basically got Samantha Irvin as well, so that's a win. Hated the Kiana James pick, by the way, on night 1. So you're telling me that on night 2 you had Blair Davenport out there and Lyra Valkyria and who the fuck else was the other pick that they got from NXT on night 2? Because they weren't actually in the pool of the picture. So you could pretty much pick anybody from NXT. Ilya Dragunov. And you're telling me you went with Kiana fucking James was your NXT pick for night 1, dude? Like, let's be real here. And then you picked her over Fire and Dawn, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Stark. Brutal. Don't like it. Didn't like it at all. I love my setup. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I already knew we were going to not agree on everything, but my shit is not that far-fetched. Let's talk night 2, though.
CM Punk. Let's talk about that.
Give me a second. Let me put it up there.
Why the fuck do you have him so high?
I don't have him high.
You have him 20th? Highest?
20 out of fucking 36 picks or some crazy shit like that?
He would be below a lot of people for me. I would have New Day above him for sure.
He almost was.
They almost was.
He almost was, but Xavier Woods is hurt again. You only get Kofi because Big E's probably never coming back. Now, I'm not picking Kofi over CM Punk. Sorry, not straight up.
He was the better member of their tag team. He was. He had way more.
All right, don't start making shit up, dude. He's the better member.
Way more title defenses over the last 5 years.
That's true. That's true. But he also lost it in a lot faster fashion.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
The Brock match versus the Moxley Punk match were both pretty fucking quick.
The Moxley Punk match was way longer than the fucking Lesnar. The 12 seconds.
I didn't say it wasn't longer. What I said was that they were both.
That's what I said. That's literally the entire fucking point of the argument.
They were both squashes. They both lost in a fucking squash.
You cannot get mad at me for having fucking Punk as a B, by the way. They picked him 3rd, by the way, not me. I put him as a B. That's not good. I would have Tiffany Stratton over him. I got Legado del Fantasma over him. Like, don't act like I'm fucking being a CM Punk mark over here, bro.
You put fucking Odyssey Jones under him?
Odyssey Jones is literally the worst fucking pick in this entire Why is he even in the fucking draft? 2 years in a row he's been drafted and hasn't been on a fucking main show at all.
That means he's got a lot of potential that we know CM Punk doesn't have.
Dude, don't start your shit. A lot of potential.
We've seen what he does. He's dog shit. Same as promo every week. Don't do internet stuff. Come out there and do fucking internet stuff.
I mean, I agree with you on that. We can talk about that all day.
Fucking loser.
We can talk about that all fucking day if you want. Like, I have no problem calling this motherfucker out for being a hypocrite. I've been doing it.
I was just, all those people that loved our CM Punk video so much.
Ooh, boy, they were not happy. They were not thrilled with that video. No one had the balls to really comment on it, but they do not. The likes versus dislikes. Woo, yeah. They found it.
I think it was still up in likes over dislikes, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was on like 30-something%. Last time I checked it. I don't know. I have to check it again.
Grab me a river, boys.
Oh, don't do that when I'm trying to take a sip of drink there, buddy. All right, so
I can't
I thought the Jade Cargill pick was a reach, obviously, but not by a lot. B+, this is before. By the way, you got to keep in mind, this is all before fucking Backlash France, too. So Jade Cargill was not tag team champ when I did all this either. This was literally after the draft happened, okay?
Do you have AJ Styles?
So if you could pick Tiffany Stratton or Jade Cargill,
you have AJ fucking Styles underneath CM Punk.
Who?
You have Styles at 17.
Where?
On night 1.
Dude, night 1 and night 2 are 2 completely different pools.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. That is only within that realm of that night.
It's still relative to where they are.
No, it's not. No, it's not relative at all.
Listen.
It's not relative at all, dude.
I will put Bronson Reed, who has a win over Okada.
If AJ Styles was in night 2, I would probably have AJ Styles higher than Punk. Actually, I know for a fact that I would.
What are they doing with Bronson Reed?
33 fucking points. I've got him 13th down on the list. He's got 20 points.
Too high.
Disagree.
Too high.
Why
you got fucking Candice and Indy so low?
Because I haven't done anything.
I don't care.
I got them only as high as I got them because of of quote unquote value of getting 2 people. I already know Candace can go in the ring, but they don't ever let her fucking do anything.
Yeah, but I think
I thought the Ilya Dragunov fucking, like, that one shocked me. That was a huge steal. Round 8, you get Ilya Dragunov, dude. Like, and then I'm sitting there like, the NXT people were not put into separate pools. It just said, and stars from NXT, which I fucking hate that they do that, because now magically I'm supposed to assume that Ilya Dragunov was only available in night 2 and not night 1. So either you look really stupid by picking Kiana James, or you look really stupid in night 2 by not picking fucking Ilya Dragunov with, like, your second fucking round pick.
Yeah, I would have probably picked him before Braun Strowman. Let alone 4 picks after.
You see
Braun
how low I
Strowman.
have Strowman? That is a C pick, and that's being generous.
Yeah.
I mean, look at all those numbers in the first 4 rounds, right? How many points they got, and then Braun Strowman sitting there with 7. That's a terrible pick.
You have Dijak that much lower than CM Punk? What the fuck's wrong with you?
A B minus, really? Over a B?
Wrong with you. Yeah.
Now, I will say the value that they got him at was pretty good, but another NXT pick that should have been picked over Kiana James in night 1 is my whole point.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck SmackDown is doing over here.
SmackDown didn't have a great second night, but they also had way less picks, right? And
I agree.
I do like that they got value in the tag division, and then they got the Legado del Fantasma faction was pretty cool. I can't believe they actually lost LWO to Raw, though. LWO going to Raw was a big shock for me, because Ray always stays on SmackDown, so that was odd.
Does it seem to you like they're going to try to make that like the women's tag team wrestling show, too? Because they've got like...
Kind of like they used to do with all the really good wrestlers in SmackDown for the first few drafts, and you're like, damn, man, SmackDown is a lot more fun to watch, because they actually had like the Zigglers and the Edges and all that stuff over there, and like, oh, people that actually fucking wrestle. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Your only old guy over there was basically
Kurt Angle's. Yeah, they were always over there. Yeah, I feel like that might be the case. I love that they got a lot of the good tag teams over there too, though. So like, I love Pretty Deadly. I thought that was a good pick, especially for the 9th pick on night 2.
Here's the thing, though. I'm skimming. If I look through everybody on SmackDown, there's nobody on there where I'm like, fuck, like I gotta watch that show now. Not one person.
Well, they're gonna. Well, they gotta keep in mind the champion stayed. So Cody's over there. Roman's gonna go back to SmackDown, so you know you're gonna watch Roman.
When he comes back, I'll probably see what he's up to. But that's only because that's the best.
I love LA Knight. I'll watch it for LA Knight.
See, if you had asked me that,
Styles.
if you would ask me that like a year ago, I'd probably agree. But they just haven't. They haven't really done much with him, so I'm just kind of like, all right, well, he's gonna come out and cut a good promo and then have a normal match, and that'll be it. You know, that's not must see shit to me. But on Raw, it's like, well, I kind of want to see what Sheamus is up to. I definitely want to see like the Drew McIntyre stuff when he gets back from doing his shit. The Judgment Day stuff is all right. All the Imperium stuff is cool right now.
Speaking of Drew McIntyre, let's talk about that for a second. Who the fuck picks Braun Strowman over Drew McIntyre?
People that know that Drew McIntyre is injured right now.
Who picks Imperium #1 when you don't even have all 3 guys? You only have 2 because they turned on fucking Giovanni.
People and he's that know that they're going to get Dragunov.
Do you think they put Dragunov with him, or do you think they put him against him? You think they put him with him? I think that too, actually. I think I don't know why you wouldn't just keep Giovanni, though. You could still have the tag team of... Don't put Ilya in a fucking tag team with Ludwig.
No, it should be a 4-man stable. I agree.
I agree, too. And you're not going to go grab, what's-his-face back from Sanity to be in it again. What was his name in WWE? He was in Sanity, and then he was actually part of Walter's stable back in the day.
I don't remember.
And then they brought him back again, but then they got rid of him. Oh, shit, what was his name? He was like the crazy one. Not Killian. Not Killian Dane, the other one. The one with like the blonde hair. I forgot his fucking name, dude. I'm so annoyed that I forgot his fucking name.
Of course, I look up Sanity Stable, and it brings up a bunch of fucking mental health resources.
But yeah, Drew McIntyre being picked 6s.
Oh, Alexander Wolf.
Yeah, but that wasn't... Was that his name in WWE, though?
I think so. Axel Tischer is his
okay,
name,
so yeah, it was Alexander Wolf then, I guess. I do not
Yeah.
remember. That doesn't sound familiar at all. Well, I guess so.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah,
Imperium.
with Nikki Cross and Eric Young and all them. Okay. But yeah, I don't like the fact that Drew McIntyre, Judgment Day, and Ilya Dragunov all got picked after Braun Strowman. That makes zero sense to me. The dude's been on the show forever.
It's a
Ryan's
fake
already
draft.
said he's already lost whatever he did have. And
Yeah.
and like what are we even doing? What are we even doing there?
Well, I'm just glad we're setting up that fucking. that
I mean, if I'm SmackDown, I'm loving it because I got Tiffany Stratton that round. Like, you could have had Tiffany Stratton and you picked Braun Strowman.
setting up that Ivar versus Odyssey Jones feud, boy. That's what we're doing.
They got the 2 worst picks. I will say that. Now,
Ivar's not even bad. They're just not doing shit with him.
well, the other
And
guy's
I don't
out.
know what
Eric's
the
out.
gimmick change is. No. He was doing fine with singles. He had some
No.
really good singles matches. Let's not bullshit. He did. But then he wasn't winning them. And then he just sort of fell off.
No one's going to
because
take
they
him
didn't really know what to do with him.
anything in singles. It's just not going to happen.
He had good singles matches.
I didn't say he didn't have good singles matches. It's just not going to happen.
Fucking 4 months, and then
If Bronson Reed isn't fucking winning anything in singles, he's not going to win anything. That's my whole point.
He beat Okada.
Yep, he sure did. All right, so the average there, as you can see,
not as bad as Tonga Loa beat his ass.
As you can see, the average there is they got an average of 15 points per pick on SmackDown and an average of 13.9 picks on SmackDown, or on Raw rather, out of their 32 picks and their 26 picks for the 2 nights. So SmackDown, in my estimation of my mock, SmackDown still won the draft, even though they had a weaker night 2, because they killed them in night 1, dude. Night 1 wasn't even close. Night 1 was so bad for Raw that even Pat McAfee was on the Pat McAfee show talking about stuff. They pulled up the thing of the draft, and he's like, "What the hell were we doing?" They literally tried to call Michael Cole in the middle of the show to ask him what the fuck we were doing on Raw or on SmackDown that first night, because he doesn't work SmackDown, so he works on Raw. So he was like trying to call Michael Cole in the middle of the show, like, shoot, and fucking ask him why the fuck we were picking the people we were picking on night 1. Night 1 did not go well for Raw at all.